Welcome to the program. Now we move to Nigeria's southwest region, where search and rescue operations have continued at a site in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, which led to over 77 persons hospitalized, with 2 persons dead and 25 houses badly affected by an explosion from explosives said to have been illegally stored at a private residence. The explosion occurred on Tuesday evening at Deji Oyelese Street, Adeyi Avenue, Bodija area of Ibadan North. A huge crater could be seen from a distance around the blast area on Wednesday morning, alongside several collapsed houses and wrecked cars. The state governor, Saheed Akiode, who visited the scene a few hours after the incident, blamed illegal miners who stored explosives in one of the houses in Bodija for the blast. The National Emergency Management Agency, which confirmed the explosion, has, alongside other security operatives, been using bulldozers to clear debris during a search and rescue operation within the neighborhood. And President Bola Tinubu has also called for the arrest of the illegal miners, saying that the perpetrators of such an act should be fished out and punished. Well, let's get a sense of where things are with the rescue operations at the moment. I'm now being joined from the capital of Oyo State, Ibadan, by the Zonal Coordinator, NEMA Southwest Ibadan, Saheed Akiode. Thank you so much, Saheed, for joining us. Just take us through, what exactly have you been able to find out as being the cause of this blast, apart from what we're hearing that it's explosives? How could such huge numbers of explosives be found in a particular residence, and security operatives didn't get to know, or the residents actually making a report?
Hello, yeah. I think as of yesterday, when we got the news of this call, we quickly activated all the response agencies to move to site. That is why we have all response agencies moving to site. As at that time, okay.
All right, yeah, just go ahead. We can actually hear you.
Yeah, as that.
Just go. We can hear you, Mr. Akiode.
Yes, yesterday at 7:30 p.m., we got a distress call. That's an exposure in somewhere in Bodija, Ibadan, where we could not really determine. Immediately we had the news, we have to activate all our stakeholders to move to the scene. On getting there, we discovered that it was an estate, it's Adeyi estate in Bodija off Awolowo Road, where we discovered that there is a lot of stored improved bombs, like that's device, improvised device, which got exploded, and it has to cause a lot of damage to virtually all the buildings in that particular area.
All right, so can you confirm to us the casualty figure at the moment? We heard that the UCH Ibadan had confirmed 1 person earlier, and then 1 other person was confirmed dead by eyewitnesses, making it 2 persons, and that about 77 persons have been taken to various hospitals, especially considering Governor Makinde's directive that any hospital around should actually accommodate anyone who's brought in. So what can you talk to us about the updates?
I think that is the figure which was given, is still the exact figure, but now we cannot, it's still a tentative figure because search and rescue operation is ongoing now. So we cannot say categorically that this is the exact number, but the number is maybe increasing. So it's no more than what it has been quoted on the media.
And what's the state of the search and rescue operations now? Have you ended, or the rescue operations are ongoing?
Rescue operation is still ongoing now. It has not ended. If you go to the site now, you still find search and rescue officers still making efforts to still get to the rebels, to still find out whether we can still get some victims still under the debris.
And would also want you to talk to us about some of the survivors that your agency has been able to rescue at the moment. How has it been like for some of them? And then, of course, for your officers too, who have been working since last night.
Yeah, the operation has been successful. Those who were injured has been taken to the hospital. Those who have, about 5 has been hospitalized. Those injuries recorded are just minor injuries, and they just go to the hospital and take treatment. So that is the current situation now, but everything is still ongoing. The statutory operation is still going, and those who are affected have been taken care of, and some have gone home. So we have gone around the hospitals. We have seen some, about 5 who have been hospitalized, but the rest, they just came to the hospital and hospitalized, and some of them are taking refuge, as most of hotels dictated by the government to go and take refuge.
And talk to us about some of the victims, because we hear that most of the persons that were occupying those areas are elderly people between 60 and 90. And so that's why it's been pretty difficult for your men to actually go on these rescue operations too. Can you confirm that?
Yes, we understand that area is being resided by old people, but we still discover we still have some young people there. But as at when we are talking, virtually everybody has been evacuated. We cannot pinpoint that this is exactly, some people are still living in that debris. Everything is still under control now. Nobody is still living in that particular spot where those buildings were affected.
And the owner of this property where these explosives were kept, have you in any way been able to find out if he's alive, or those who were in the building when this explosion actually happened are still alive, or was there no one directly inside the building?
We cannot find anybody on ground at that particular spot, as at that time we are carrying the search and rescue operation. Up till now, nobody, but except the bodies that were recovered, but nobody is still there. But we cannot say very soon, as the rescue is going on, whether we can still find victims to be evacuated out in that particular spot.
Also told that it's a place being inhabited by foreigners, and that the owner of this particular house is a foreigner, and that some of these explosives were actually illegal explosives that were brought in being used for mining and all of that. Can you confirm any of this information?
We cannot say whether they are foreigners, but I know they said some people are living there who are residents in that particular area. They have been staying there for some times, and they are well known, but nobody confirmed they are foreigners, but they are just seen as residents. People may not, they are not know whether they are doing some such or illegal mining in that process, or having such explosive device in their possession in that particular area. Nobody can really establish, except when it's really occurred now.
Right. Well, the person we actually had was residing in that house is called Alhaji Kamara, and he happens to be a foreigner from one of the West African countries. But talk to us now about how difficult it is for your men to engage in such rescue operations, considering the sort of blast that actually came out of the explosion, and how it's been pretty difficult for some of the bulldozers and all other rescue machines to actually get into that place.
Yes, when it occurs, we just have to swing to action by trying to mobilize where we can get those search and rescue equipment. But for us, for all our agencies, they are all ready on ground. You can see that the Nigerian police is there, the fire service is there, NEMA is there, the anti-bomb explosion, they are all on ground. Who really scan the environment to ascertain whether there could be likely explosive, and based on the identification, there is nothing that may likely occur again. So after combing the environment, we can now call in response agency to respond. So all in all, we have all the support of the state government to really ensure that we really carried out the exercise. Up till now, the tractors are there, the excavators are there, they are still working now. So all the access road has been open and occupied by security men to access, and woolons are not even allowed to have access to that particular thing. If you go there now, you will find the military men who are there manning the situation. So nobody is there now who can create, or any woolons who may want to take advantage of such situations is not possible, because the security currently is very tight, while the such an rescue is still ongoing now.
And the Oyo State government has established an emergency situation room where those affected have been coming in. to actually seek support and all of that. Talk to us about that emergency situation room. Is it still on at the moment? Or?
Yeah, it's...
Go ahead, please.
Yes, at the moment, that has been established and is being headed by the deputy governor, where we converge to review situation of things there. So we have been employing all affected victims to come there and get their name registered so that to give us any useful information. So from time to time we meet there to review situation. So further details as per what is going on there, public can have access to information at that there. We just ended the meeting by around 7 o'clock this evening at that place to review what is exactly the situation. So for now, the whole situation is calm, while men and officers of search and rescues, they are still on the field trying to. From time to time, you'll be getting an update from that EOC.
And just before I let you go, Mr. Akiode, I actually have seen some policemen and other security forces supporting NEMA during the operations. Talk to us if there have been any arrests so far since last night. Have there been any arrests?
No, there is no any arrest at all, because the whole place is being taken over by security men. The Amotekons, the soldiers, the Nigerian police, everybody is on ground. All access road leading to that particular spot has been secured by these security men. So there is no hoodlums is allowed or does have access to that particular spot. Everything is under security cover.
All right, we must thank you so much, Mr. Saheed Akiode, is the zonal coordinator for the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in the Southwest region. And of course, he's talking to us about that explosion, catastrophic explosion that happened, with some people actually saying it may actually be like a tsunami or so in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. He's brought us this update and saying that rescue operations are ongoing, but albeit very low at the moment, because the major work has been done by his officials alongside support from other security forces. And of course, there's been an emergency situation room opened by the Oyo State government, and the Oyo State governor himself, Governor Saheed Akiode, has confirmed that it was as a result of explosives being housed at a residence in Bodija, where of course this explosion happened. And it's been a very sad situation, with President Bola Tinubu actually calling for those responsible for this act for storing explosives in the residential area to be arrested. And of course, the nation has been mourning along with those who have lost their families, and with about 25 houses actually razed down.